Mmm. 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 Get this. Mmm. Yo, you're watching 6 Hill Eats, and this is the Family Mart Challenge. I will be eating 15 ringgit worth of food in a single sitting. So, let's go in. So I will be eating a variety of things like onigiris, main meals, and sandwiches. So it's not gonna be just snacks here. Hello everyone, I'm back, and this is my 53 ringgit and 80 cents I think haul. This is Gyudon. I'm most excited to eat this one. Ebi Chilli Bento. It has prawns and all these scrambled omelets that's been shredded. And I also want to try this Crawfish Onigiri. I'll eat this first because I think this is blander than the others. And we have Katsu Chiki Bento with a whole Katsu. And for dessert, we have Tiramisu sandwiches, original pudding, and one of those square toast from Japan, vanilla custard pocket Sando. So this challenge is, can I eat 50 ringgit of food from Family Mart? I don't mean drinks, because if you buy drinks, especially the expensive ones, you can easily rack up a 50 ringgit bill. Food, 3 main meals plus desserts, all very substantial. So let's start. I will whet my appetite first with some ice water. I'll try this one first. There's mayonnaise inside and tiny bits of crawfish. I can actually see it. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me see if you can get it to focus. The first bite, not that great, but as you mix all the flavors in your mouth, it starts to become a lot better. I like the crawfish inside. Wait, there's a bit of stray seaweed here. Maybe that'll improve the taste. I don't mean it's not good, it is. I just prefer heavier flavored things. As they say in Chinese, 重口味. And I don't know why always Chinese, they use this term as a semi-insult. They'll say, wow, 你很重口味 oh. As if it's an insult to like spicy and heavily flavored food. It's not. But that was one of the weird things about Chinese culture. 重口味, something slightly negative. For this, 7.5 out of 10. No, we shouldn't be giving 0.5, 7 out of 10. Next, Ebi Chilli Bento. I've heated this up already, it's still very hot. My chance, let go. I will switch this here. I'm learning how to do better YouTube videos, and I realized from watching all mukbangs and all that, you have to elevate the food. So when you elevate the food, right, people can see it clearer. Just presents everything visually better. And I've trained myself not to look at the screen. I tend to look at the screen, but while I should actually be looking at the lens. And good news, I'll be purchasing a line mic, a lavalier mic, and a GoPro substitute, a budget one, so I can shoot better videos. So I aim to make 2 or 3 videos every week. 2 videos are not too ambitious. 2 videos every week, and release it. I'll shoot over the weekend, and I can't keep my line of thought because this is so delicious. This is the one that I'm the most excited for. It looks so nice. I've eaten something similar in Family Mart Japan, but not the local ones. There's prawns, shredded omelette, and a bed of rice. Let's dig in. Whoa! Man, this bite. Oh, still very hot. Wow, look at this. Wow. Okay, let me give you the first bite. Yeah. Mmm. Mmm. Tastes as good as it looks. Mmm. 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 This side is very strongly flavored. This side very bland. So you need to mix the two together. Mmm. Mmm. Wow, the chili prawns has a good spice kick to it. I love it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 prawns. Not a lot of prawns, but okay lah for RM50. Let's think about Family Mart. Is it expensive? No. Is it cheap? No also. It's value for money. It is. And that middle point between cheap and expensive. And because of the Japanese brand, right? And the clean interior, the good service, you feel like you're getting your money's worth. That's Family Mart for you. I recently lost a lot of weight. I was 85 kg, I think, like 1.5 months ago. And at that time, I could easily polish this off and eat more things. And now that I'm a lot slimmer, I'm eating 600 calories per day. I think finishing this will be a challenge, but I will do it. I think my mistake was getting too many bento rice dishes, including the onigiri. Oh my god. If I got some stuff like burgers or the mac and cheese, I think it'll be a lot more manageable. Yum. I haven't tasted the others, but this is solid. Oh, I haven't rated it. 10 out of 10. A solid 10 out of 10. Really good. It's so good, you want to dig all the sauce out and eat it with the rice. The only downside is that I wish there were more prawns, but that's a minor quibble. Excuse me. Yum. I had to go to 3 Family Mart to get this. This bento was sold out in the first 2, RM50 and Summit, so they had one in Taiwan. And that goes to show how popular this one is. Done. Next, this Katsu bento remote. I think this one will be a bit tough. It has a lot of rice. This one is quite huge. Still very hot. Because I microwave the lid on. A sip of water. I have to cleanse the palate between dishes to better appreciate the new flavors. Okay. Here. I'll move over here. So it's pork. Oh, it's not pork, it's Family Mart. Impossible is pork. It's chicken katsu. Still very hot. I shouldn't have eaten that prawn one first because it's so heavily flavored, so deliciously spiced that this bland. I'm sure if I ate it first, I would like it a lot more, but I did not. And it's slightly on the dry side. I find that my mouth is constantly seeking for moisture. But the flavors are decent though. If I ate this first, I'll give it a higher mark. But now let me just process everything. You know what this sauce tastes like? Do you know Pyong? Pyong is this yakisoba Japanese brand. They have instant yakisoba, like there's just big ones, giga yakisoba, and they have smaller ones, of course. Tastes exactly like the Pyong yakisoba sauce. I've been to Japan 3 times, I think. 3 times. One of the things I love about them is that their bentos that go on like 70%, even 90% off after a certain time. So when we were out, right, the last trip with my wife, we were walking around and then we saw this store about close. It was 9. They were closing at 9. And I found this, what they call that? Katsu. It's not oyakodon. Oyakodon is chicken. Oyakodon is egg and chicken. It's this with egg. It's the pork version of oyakodon. Katsudon? Maybe? No, not katsudon. Katsudon with egg. So this filet, right, is fried again with an egg sauce. It was only like, I think, 5 ringgit or 6 ringgit RM after like 90% discount. So I bought it home for supper. Love it. This one does not compare to that. Let me have one last bite. I'm gonna finish it, even though I don't want to. This is silent. But let me have one last bite before I give it a score. I like this. The seaweed. You say it's plain. It should be ajitama. Ajitama is that flavored egg. I think that will make the rice go down a bit easier. Plus, more gravy, of course. Seven out of 10. The funny thing about dieting, right? If I was eating this last night, I would have easily gave it a 11 out of 10 because I was so hungry then. I'm only eating 600 calories on normal days. On weekends, I allow myself to cheat a bit. So I'll eat slightly more than normal meals on weekends. It works well for me. Eating only 600 calories on weekdays gives me a very good focus. Like I'm super productive. Well, I love that feeling. It doesn't really bother me. And I like being able to eat huge amounts like this. So I prefer to eat more during the weekends and eat less on weekdays. Weekdays working also how to enjoy food. You're like thinking about work and then having drunk lots of coffee, your appetite is suppressed anyway. Now I know how those mukbangers feel, especially those who eat like a lot, those 大肚子 ones, who can eat like massive amounts of food. I know how they feel when they are eating something that they don't really enjoy. The one just now, delicious. This one, not so great. I hope this gyudon will be nice. Oops. And these small mushrooms here. Done. Next. Now this is promising. Gyudon. Finish this bite and then have a drink of water. Yeah. Has caramelized onions over it. A few pieces of beef. Let's try. Let's have a big first bite. It's still very hot. Get this. Get this and the prawn. Do not get the katsu. This reminds me of the onion chicken my grandma used to make. When I was 13 or 14, I was in the afternoon class, right? I went to New Zealand when I was 15. When I was 13, 14, I was doing afternoon class. And my parents were both working, so I stayed at my grandma's place. And not actually my grandma, I think it was my cousin's mother who cooked this, a really good version of this, but with chicken. This tastes very similar, sweet, savory. Get this. Yum. That's it though. I think I'll get very jelak if this was bigger. You know, some dishes are so sweet, like 酸的排骨丸, 咕肉肉. It is sweet and sour pork. It is sweet, but you can't have just sweet and sour pork and rice because there's no balance. There's no interplay of flavors. So it becomes very jelak, just one-dimensional. This one's a bit like that. It has a very strong initial impact. It makes you think it's delicious, but I think after finishing it, I'll be like less impressed. The best dish is hands down the ebi, the spicy ebi bento. That's super yum. This is too decent. I wish it was more beef, but I guess at the price point that they're selling it at, they could not put any more beef. Beef is expensive. I wonder if this beef or buffalo. Daging lembu. It is beef. For this, I rate this 8 out of 10. But be careful because it is very gelate one. If you do not like sweet dishes for main meals, you will not like this. I do. So I like it. But I think what would have been better is if I had all three at once, instead of eating one by one, I have all three, so I can mix and match the flavors. Eat a bit of this, eat a bit of the ebi, spicy ebi, eat a bit of the dry chicken katsu. I believe this interplay of flavors will be ichiban. Fun fact, ichiban is a Japanese word meaning number one, right? And lately I hear a lot of Chinese YouTubers using it, lately meaning like in the past 10 years, Limpe a bit old already. I don't mean in the past few months, my timeline is a bit longer than yours. So, I was telling my wife, right, that's a Japanese translation, ichiban, they borrowed this Japanese word. And my wife didn't believe me. Ichiban is from Japan, but Chinese people have started using it too. I'm a little full now. Can I eat more? Yes, I can eat the spicy ebi. One more of that easily. Not easily, I can eat one more of that. Not easily, because I'm quite full already. This challenge doable, just eat it. Drop my pants, not on the floor. Done. I prepared spoons, I prepared everything except for tissues. 3 more? Both of these are bread, so I'll eat one first, and then this, and then the other one. I'll eat this first. Tiramisu with coffee inside. How do you open this up? Don't they have a pull tab? No, they don't have a pull tab down. Cleanse your palate. Spoiler alert, I've eaten their strawberry fruit sandals before, and I didn't, not to say I don't like it, I do, but it's not really good because in Japan, the fruit sandals are made using white bread. They are delicious white bread. But for this, in Malaysia, I don't know why they use cake instead. This is a cake type of bread. So I feel like it is overwhelming. it would have been better if it's white bread. Not to say that it's not delicious though. It just can be better. I do like it though. 8 out of 10. Delicious. It would be perfect with milk. A glass of cold milk. I like this side better. Next, original pudding. I believe this is creme caramel. It looks like creme caramel. The perfect spoon. This is my baby spoon. Wow. It's something like creme caramel. It's caramel at the bottom. 10 out of 10, no question. I love the slippery, rich, creamy, velvety, that's the word, velvety texture as it caresses your tongue, and then, what's a nicer word for molest, and it starts taking advantage. It starts getting friendly with all your mucous membranes, the interior of your mouth. Get friendly with me. It's a bit mushy. I think the texture is perfect. I will not change a thing. Sweetness is good too. It is slightly sweeter than most Japanese things, but I think all this has been, the recipes have been modified for our local palate. Yums. Last one. Vanilla custard pocket sando. I love these things in Japan, and Thailand has got a lot of this as well. It's just crust removed sandwiches. I like the custard filling. It's a bit on the plain side, I'm not gonna lie, but still very good. This is exactly like the custard buns they sell in bakeries, the ones with like the creamy custard inside. 7 out of 10. It's good for what it is. And cheap, it is 2.90. By the way, Shopee Pay is this 2 ringgit off voucher. So 2 ringgit, 2 ringgit cashback, so it's just 90 cents. If you have this with milk, it'll be perfect. Final bite. Excuse the mess. I didn't prepare a cloth. But you learn as you go along. I know to prepare tissues and cloth next time. Alright. 3 things I like about Family Mart. The price is right. It's not too expensive, not too cheap. The food quality is generally very good. I have shares in my news. Disclaimer. There's my news downstairs. But my news food compared to Family Mart cannot compare, bro. Cannot compare. I don't know why, it's just not as good. So same thing with like 7-Eleven. I think some 7-Elevens have started selling food. I don't know if I'm recalling wrong or not. Cannot compare to Family Mart. Of all the convenience stores, Family Mart has the best food. The food's good, the food quality is good, and the prices are right. And third, the place is very clean, the service is good. So things I don't like about Family Mart, there are not a lot of Family Marts around. There's 3 in my area. I live in a relatively, well, I call it high density, maybe a bit more affluent, not me but other people more affluent. I live in Subang. So I think there's 3 or 4 Family Marts around within a 10-minute drive. But compared to 7-Eleven's coverage or my news coverage, they are actually lacking. But it just makes it more special, right? You have to drive to Family Mart, you have to get the stuff. Overall, very good. And I managed to finish everything out of this 53 ringgit challenge, which was a bit hard for the bento lah, but I'm glad I tried it. Thank you for watching 6 Youth Eats. Please like and subscribe if you like my content. Peace.